All right, so this is part 2 of my series on how to improve your folder structure, how to organize your logsec, your OneNote, your Notion, get all of your sort of like messy folder structure into a system that can make sense. So if you haven't watched the previous video, go back and watch the previous video because this will make a little bit more sense. However, I will do some recapping just to make sure that we're on the same page. So the idea is very simple. We have this concept called core, okay, C-O-R-E. And core stands for companies, organization, obligations, resources, C-O-R-E. So this stands for companies, C-O-M, obligations, O-L-B, resources, R-E-S, and then records, R-E-C, okay? So companies, you're going to have a bunch of companies that you're going to organize in folders. Obligations are going to be split into 3 different functions. There's personal obligations. There's people obligations, friends and and just acquaintances, and then there's family obligations, so extended family, etc. Okay. Resources are going to be every single thing related to iDays. And then records is going to be an archive folder, okay, where you're going to take things from companies that are no longer relevant and throw them inside of there if needed. Okay, that's the concept. So today what we're going to be doing is we're just going to create a bunch of folders to replace this mess. Okay, see, this is the problem that I have. I've started out with just tons and tons of folders organized by years, etc. And it's just gotten crazy because the truth is, like, you just can't find things anymore. So we're starting over from scratch, like literally. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I got a folder called _new here. And I'm just going to extend it a little bit. I'm just going __ so it stays up at the top at all times. Okay. Come back over here. There. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to this folder here. I'm going to go to Dwayne and finish. I'm going to create a new folder. Actually, even better yet, we're going to go online and I'm going to set this up so you can have this exact same script so you can do the exact same thing. So I'm going to set this up on my GitHub right this minute. So it's going to call dwainbrowne /core. Can I do a period in between? Will allow me to do that? Yeah, it does. Go figure. So give me a good. I'm just on ChatGPT trying to get a README and a short description for it. So take this description. Try to copy and paste this from ChatGPT. Let's keep moving. So it's Python scripts, blah, 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 and then add a README file, and then click create repository, public, clone repository, click on this, go over here, CMD, come on. Okay, paste, bam. All right, so it's going to create a core folder here. We're going to open this bad boy up, CMD. Jeez, could just do this. Okay, we're going to create a folder called, we're going to create a file called generator.py. And how do I copy the README? Then we're going to put the README here. So this is the README. So this is the core folder structure generation script. Okay, and let's just push that up right away so at least we have that. actually, I'm going to tell it to, I'm just telling ChatGPT to improve the README so it has a description. No, it doesn't matter. I think we got a good idea of it. Okay, so that's been pushed up. So you can now go to dwainbrowne, GitHub/dwainbrowne and /c.ore with a period in between for core, and you'll be able to get this organization structure with the Python script so that you can generate your own folder. So now that you have that, here's what you can do with it. You're going to take the Python script and you're going to point it to this folder, new. Okay, so you can take that folder, go here to the Python script. We're going to go to this guy here. Oops, got to copy the script. Take this script, paste this here, go back over here, copy this folder. Going to go to path to your, paste that. Going to put an R here. So this is big for Windows because it's doing backslash and it's doing single slash instead of having to put double slash. So I'm putting the path to the folder structure, and then here I have the companies. So here I just need to put the list of companies, and I want every single thing to be lowercase. This is just my preference for now. This is just a weird thing that I started recently. Firm Hub, dwainbrowne, and what are my other companies? Downtown dwainbrowne. I have so many different companies. They're all weird names. Downtown dwainbrowne. Okay. So now that we have that, we have the path to place. What it's going to do is going to automatically create these folders for me. So we're going to try to run this script. Okay. Oops. Let's see what it's saying. So let me just pause this for a second. Okay, so I had a small little problem with the script. I fixed it already. I could run this and that'll basically run the entire thing. So it actually put a new folder called core for the start, which is fine. And now if I go into that, now I have the same folders here. So we're going to delete these guys for now. Okay. And then, as I mentioned before, I have a bunch of companies. So those companies are going to be in here. Under each company for Downtown dwainbrowne, I have finances, human resources, IT, infrastructure, marketing, etc., planning, sales, right? Now, I think there might be some more that we could add here, but the point is these are the major ones. Now, there's something I want to do personally, which is to kind of organize it based on like the order of how you would actually do things in the company. Okay, so I'm going to change the script to make that happen by putting a number in front of it. Okay, so I've made some changes to the script just to allow it to do some things a little bit differently, like I said, in terms of organizing the folder structure a little bit better. So when I run it this time, it creates a new folder. We got core again. Jump in here, we got companies. I click on companies, and now I have all the different companies, right? I could jump into any one of them. And I have planning, sales, marketing, operations. Oh, I don't like the fact that it doesn't do a period because I wanted to have a period in between. So I'm just going to separate it by a dot and dash instead. All right, so made a few more changes to make it support the period between the names. So let's just see. So company, going to any random company. Then I have a organized folder, right? So I got my planning inside of here. And underneath this, I got business plans, market research, campaign roadmap, etc. Right? So this gives me some structure where I could just dump in. I know if I have to do any single thing with operations, right? logistics, processing, project management. Again, this is just a starting point. You might have to make your own folder. This might be an overkill, but at bare minimum, you could just keep this high level. You don't necessarily have to go down too deep into it, but I'm going to try this method and see what happens, right? So there we have it for that. On the obligations, I have 3 different obligations: people, family, personal. Under my personal, employment, family, insurance, health, identity, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to merge all of my personal stuff into these folder structure. I won't do this online to make sure that it's actually working properly. I'm going to upload the latest code to GitHub, so at least you have the latest code, and then you can at least start with this folder structure and let me know if it's working for you guys and give me some feedback if there's anything. The records folder is the only one that I don't necessarily have like a true thing. Right now it just has business and family records, right? But the idea is that, you know, it might actually go a little bit more, and this is just our dated records. So that one is a little bit thing, and then resources, which is the last one here, right? So technically it's number 1, 2, 3, but because of the alphabetical order, resources are coming down later. So you know what, maybe what we'll do is we'll order this also, just so at least it stays in that order all the time. All right, so we've made some changes to the script in order to ensure that core now is organized by companies. And again, you could change the capital letter in this. This is just a new thing that I'm doing where I just keep every single thing in lowercase. I don't know why, it's just my preference right now. So companies, obligations, resources, records, right? And it sort of keeps that guaranteed order all the time. Now, what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to do a little bit more deep dive, where I'm going to start setting this up in logsec so that we can keep this same type of structure on the company, so that as I start adding notes, they're going into the right section. So we'll see how that works. So stay tuned for the next video.